Once, in the time before the Great Flood, the world had become a place of horror. The children of the Watchers, the mighty Nephilim, roamed the earth, giants born from the union of fallen angels and mortal women. They ruled with terror, consuming all in their path, man, beast, and even each other. But the sky had grown heavy with something unseen, something dreadful. Among the Nephilim, 4 great giants, Gilgamesh, Ohah, Aya, and Maui, began to experience visions. These were no ordinary dreams, but something far greater, something that shook even their monstrous hearts with fear. The first vision came to Ohah. He saw a magnificent garden, lush and filled with fruit, its trees stretching high, their branches woven with golden light. But then, from the sky, a great fire fell. The trees withered, their fruit turned to ash, and the garden was destroyed. Ohah awoke in terror. He did not understand, but his heart told him this was a warning. The second vision came to Gilgamesh. He saw a stone tablet, carved with ancient words of power, set before a great assembly. A mighty voice declared, "This is the decree of the Almighty." But then hands dipped the tablet into water, and when it was lifted again, the writing was gone. Gilgamesh awoke, his heart pounding. He did not know what the vision meant, but he feared it was a message of destruction. The third vision came to Aya. He stood upon a mighty mountain overlooking the vastness of the world. He saw his people, the Nephilim, standing tall, unchallenged. But then in the distance, a great flood appeared, rising like a wall, roaring with the fury of heaven. It swallowed everything in its path. Aya awoke, his body drenched in sweat, his chest heaving with fear. The fourth vision came to Mo. In the darkness, he saw a hand reach from the heavens, grasping a mighty chain and casting it into the earth. The ground shook violently, and from the abyss a shadowy figure was dragged downward, screaming as he was bound in chains. Moi recognized the figure, Azazel, the most wicked of the Watchers, the one who had led mankind into the knowledge of war, sorcery, and forbidden things. Mo awoke, breathless with terror. He knew what this meant. The end was coming. The 4 Nephilim gathered in secret, away from the ears of other giants and Watchers. Their great forms cast long shadows over the scorched earth as they whispered among themselves. "This is madness," Ohah said, shaking his head. "We are giants, sons of angels. We are mighty. No force can stand against us." "The visions are real," Aya countered. "I saw the flood myself. It will come and wipe us away. We must act." "It cannot be for us," Gilgamesh insisted. "Why would the Almighty seek our destruction?" "No, these visions must be about Azazel. He is the one who has sinned the most." Maui remained silent, troubled. Deep in his heart, he felt the truth clawing at him. This was not just about Azazel, this was about all of them. Fear made the giants desperate. If their destruction was near, they needed to know for certain. They turned to Maui. "You will go," Ohah commanded. "You will seek out the prophet Enoch. He speaks with the Almighty. Only he can tell us the meaning of these visions." "And if I refuse?" Mo asked. "Then you will die." Mo knew he had no choice. He set off, leaving behind the giants, the Nephilim, and the Watchers, seeking the one man who could reveal their fate. He traveled swiftly, crossing deserts, rivers, and valleys, until at last he reached the great mountains, where the righteous lived apart from the corruption of the world. There, in a hidden place, he found Enoch. The prophet was old, but his eyes burned with the fire of heaven. He feared no giant, for he walked with the Almighty. Mo fell before him, his enormous frame trembling. "O Enoch, man of the Almighty," Mo cried, "we have seen visions of destruction, fire, flood, and chains. Tell me, what do they mean? Are they meant for Azazel alone, or are we doomed as well? Enoch looked upon the great giant and sighed with sorrow. You ask for an answer, he said. You will have one. He handed Maui 2 stone tablets, heavy and carved with words that glowed like fire. Take these back, Enoch said. They will reveal the truth to you and your kind. More hesitated. And what is the truth? Enoch's gaze hardened. The flood is coming. The world as you know it will be no more. More's heart pounded. And what of us? He whispered. You will perish, Enoch answered. But the Almighty has granted mercy to mankind. One man and his family, Noah, will survive to begin the world anew. More's hands shook as he took the tablets. He knew now there was no escape. When he returned, a great silence fell over the Nephilim. Even the Watcher stood still, sensing the weight of the message he carried. One by one, the giants gathered, and in the dim firelight, More read from the first tablet. The flood will come, and all living things will be destroyed. Only Noah and his family will survive. The Nephilim cried out in anger and fear, but Maui raised his hand for silence. Then he read the second tablet. Before the flood comes, Azazel will be bound and cast into the abyss. And when the flood has nearly arrived, all the Watchers will be chained as well. A deep hush fell over the assembly. The Watchers, once proud and mighty, now trembled. They had been doomed long before they even realized it. Azazel roared in defiance. But no words could change the decree of heaven. Oha and Aya, once so certain of their power, shrank back in terror. Gilgamesh, the mighty warrior, stood frozen, his strength meaningless against the judgment of God. And Maui, who had brought the message, bowed his head in sorrow. The earth shook, the skies darkened. In the heavens, the angels of judgment prepared to descend. The Watchers knew their time had come. They had fallen, and there would be no redemption. The Nephilim wept and raged, but it was too late. Soon, the rain would begin to fall. The world would be washed clean, and the age of giants would end forever.